I'm Brian Gurwitz.
Renee Gurwitz.
We graduated in 94. We got married in 95. We had a son in 2000, a daughter in 2002, and our daughter's now in the process of applying to law school.
I'm Dorothy Landsberg. I graduated from McGeorge in the class of 1987, and I practiced law, and I came back to McGeorge and worked about 13 years as a professor and the director of the legal clinics.
And I'm Brian Landsberg, and I started teaching full-time at McGeorge in 1986. We were married in 1967, so we have been married for almost 20 years when we came to McGeorge.
My name is Meg Moore, and I graduated from McGeorge in 2008.
And I'm Andrew Schouten, and I also graduated from McGeorge in 2000.
I'm Sophia Kwan. I graduated in 2008.
And I'm Brent Joe. I also graduated in 2008. I started dating in our, not senior, third year.
Our senior.
After the beginning of the last?
At the end of the first semester. He was in Section C during first year, and I was in the better Section A during first year. So we knew each other. We were both on the APULSA board for 2 years. And then was when we were co-presidents, and that was when we started getting to know each other better. And at the end of first semester, I think, was when we started dating.
It was mainly APULSA, because then she was like, she had no choice but to interact with me.
Yep.
So that was helpful.
To him.
Since about 1991 or 92, so 32 years or so.
28 years of marriage.
28 years of marriage.
29 this year.
Yeah.
In April.
We've been together for 59 years, and we've been married for 57 years.
19 years. Well, it'll be 18 and a half years, right? Because we started dating in 05 and we're in 2024. So this year in October, it will be 19 years that we've been together, not married, but together.
We actually got married during spring break of our third year. Meg, let me say this. Meg is amazing at planning things efficiently and with great intention. So she comes to me and says, Andrew, we need to get married third year during spring break. And I was like, what? And she goes, well, if we wait to get married until after we take the bar exam, I'll be so preoccupied with the wedding that it'll take away from studying for the bar exam. And I thought, yeah, that's 100% accurate. So yeah, we got married our third year during spring break.
16 years then.
16
February.
Yeah.
Yeah, 16.
And married since 2011.
Well, we were in the same first year section, and I think it was about like a week into school or something. Everybody kind of met outside after classes, like on a Friday, and in front of the, what did you call that? The student center or whatever.
Right.
Anyway, so we were all sitting around talking, and then a few of us decided to go out to dinner, and that's kind of how it started.
We both worked in the Civil Rights Division of the U.S. Department of Justice. I was a lawyer, and Dorothy was what we would now call a paralegal. And you want to?
And we were both down in the South. We spent a lot of time in Alabama working on voting rights cases and other cases. And on December 3rd, 1965, a grand jury, a petty jury, a regular jury, returned a verdict in an important civil rights criminal case. And a group of attorneys and paralegals went out to celebrate for dinner with John Doar, DOAR, who was the field general for civil rights for the Kennedy and the Johnson administration, and a wonderful, wonderful man. And after we had dinner at an Air Force base, because we were an integrated couple and we felt much integrated group, we felt much better there. Then we went to an African American nightclub, and that's where we sort of became interested in each other, along with others. But that was sort of where we paired off. We knew each other but not romantically.
We met before orientation even started, in line for getting our parking passes. At the time, that was like right near the administrative offices. You walked down past those, and I think one of the security officers was handling giving out the parking passes. And so Andrew was there, and I was there with, I had gone to the Beyond McGeorge. There's a trip that students could take, so I had gone to that. So I had two other women that were there with me, waiting in line.
And I would add that Megan's very enthusiastic about being back in law school. And I was surprised by how energetic and dynamic she was. And then she proceeded to cut in line in front of me to get a parking pass.
We first met before the school year had officially started. They had I don't even remember what it was called. Some kind of preschool reception, festivities, and I had just moved there maybe a day or so before. So I was just trying to find people to talk to.
He did not talk to me, though. He did not talk to me at that reception thing.
No, I think I introduced myself. I'm sure I would have.
Maybe.
Two. One daughter who is 7 and a son who's 5.
Yes.
We have 3 children and 4 grandchildren. One of our kids lives in Sacramento, and our grandchildren, 3 of our grandchildren are in their late teens and early 20s. Our daughter Elizabeth went to Berkeley Law, yes, which is where I went.
When she was growing up, if you ask her what she wanted to be, she would say not a lawyer, but because she thought law was boring. But she ended up, and she's a healthcare lawyer, working as the head of one of our state agencies for healthcare. She has a very demanding and interesting job as a lawyer.
We were friends for the first year, and then I stuck around Sacramento, where Renee's from, that summer, and then it progressed to next level over the summer.
Yeah, we started dating in around October of our first year. We were actually at that point in the same section, in the same kind of writing class, and even the same study group. So we saw each other almost all the time.
Yeah. We definitely had some challenging times, our first year in particular, dating. But because of that, it's stress, law school stress, not the two of us, but just the stress of school and then being in every single class together and in our study group, it presented some challenges. But I remember saying, I think even a couple years into dating before we got married, if we can make it through that, we can make it through anything.
I'm originally from Hong Kong, but my adult life is in Sacramento, so I stayed local. But yeah, I mean, we graduated, we sat next to each other during the bar exam, which was a complete happenstance. Odd. Yeah, I think, and everyone was like, how did you manage that? Because it was random seating.
Mm-hmm. We paid somebody.
No, we didn't. This is on the record. We didn't pay anyone. And then one of my best friends from law school sat behind us, so it was a really nice comfort triangle.
Comforting in the midst of chaos and anxiety.
No, definitely. We were not good study partners. We had completely different styles of studying. I just remember going to Barbary, and then, we would have our 3-hour lecture in the morning, and then we would take our lunch break. We would get our 5 shots of espresso to stay awake for the afternoon. But after drinking that, he still somehow managed to fall asleep within half an hour. So, I'm glad we didn't meet until 3rd year of law school, because I don't know how well I would have done otherwise.
Am I too distracting?
A little bit. Yeah.
We're very grateful for McGeorge. It's not we feel real fortunate. We both got great educations. Very happy with all we learned at McGeorge and how well we were prepared to begin our legal careers. And it's a nice bonus to find your life mate and the mother of your future two children in law school too.
And we made a lot of great friends as well that, as he was saying, we've kept in touch with. And it was kind of special because you had such a bonding with your classmates the first year. And we ended up with quite a few couples coming out. And you know, they went to our wedding, we went to their weddings, and we keep in touch. And we've all kind of, you know, we've all grown in different directions in our careers, but I think there was something special about our time at McGeorge that really bonded us together and helped us find the people that we really enjoyed being with, as well as having great careers.
The sections were quite a bit bigger. Back then there were, I think,
3.
There were 3 sections, but I think they were about 103, 106 students or thereabouts. And there's at least 5 couples that came out of our section. 5 marriages that came out of
together.
Out our section, right?
Yeah,
right. So,
all of them. So
yeah.
We talk about loving people. We love the institution of McGeorge. We've both had very rich professional experiences there. We've had wonderful students. We've developed close relationships with the faculty. We think the leadership of the law school is in very good hands. And so we're very grateful to be part of the McGeorge community on Valentine's Day and always.
Absolutely.
Did want to add that we're cooler than all of the other married couples that you'll interview, because we got Professor Vitello to officiate our wedding, and it was his first time doing that. And he was really amazing.
Yeah. I think that's what I was going to say. As soon as I saw Andrew go like this, I'm like, oh, he's going to mention Mike Vitello. We both developed close relationships with Professor Vitello while we were in law school for different reasons. We both had him in Civ Pro. Andrew took other classes with him. I was one of his research assistants. And when we were trying to figure out our wedding, and neither of us was particularly religious. We also got married Easter weekend, so we knew we couldn't, because that's when spring break was, we couldn't do it at the church. Anyway, we were trying to think like who would be a good person. And was it your idea, Andrew? Yeah, I think it might have been. Like, I don't remember how, but somehow we were like, let's ask Mike Vitello. Well, Professor Vitello at the time. We did not call him Mike. But I would also share this. He was great. He came with it was like a McGeorge School of Law 3-ring binder, but like sort of like the floppy kind, but it was purple. And he had his notes in that. And I remember the way he approached it, he gave 5 pieces of advice, but I only remember one of them, and it was this. He looked at both of us and he was like, as attorneys, your job is to be right. That's what you're getting paid for, is to understand the problem and get the right answer. In your marriage, that is not your job. Your job is to listen and to talk to one another and to understand each other. That's your job in your marriage. And I just really remember that, because certainly that's a challenge for both of us. We to kind of accept, like, whether I think I'm right or not, like, that's not what it's about. But I really remember that. And it was really special to have him officiate the wedding and to be a part. We both still communicate with him and stay in touch. And it was very meaningful. Andrew's aunt, Alma, came up with this, so I want to give her credit. We were on a fairly small budget for our wedding. And so we were like, we're not going to do centerpieces, or we'll just do candles. And she was like, I have an idea. What if you did law school books, since you're in a library? And so, like, they were kind of like on the diagonal, like stacked, but on the diagonal. And then we had these dark lilies, almost black, but like purple lilies that we laid on them. I mean, it was great. It looked beautiful, and just little votives around it. But we honored that we were at the library, and we had to borrow books from our friends to make sure we had a centerpiece for every table. But our centerpieces were our law school books.
I think we both didn't really have any kind of expectation about
dating life.
dating life in law school from what we've heard about law school. But I know I'm very glad I went to this school. Aside from my law degree, of course, for
Yeah.
having met Sophia and having built our life together. So
Yeah. Oh, that's sweet. He practiced that. No, I'm just teasing. No, definitely. It was unexpected, I think, because, he's from Hawaii and he had no ties here. I mean, your aunt was here, but
yeah.
but that was about it. And of all the law schools in the United States, we ended up at the same one.
place.
So at the same time.
Yeah.
So I really believe things happen, the way they're meant to happen. And I think that happened with us.
Yeah.
We're great fans of the school, and we're really feel honored to be able to be part of educating the next generation of lawyers.
And we both served as an associate dean at one time or another, and so we have some idea about how complicated it is to run a law school and how important it is to see that we're serving our students properly.